Well, Coach, a doubleheader, another one in the books, a long day, but 2 wins, and you'll take them 9-3 in this one, 5-3 earlier. And Siena kind of proved what kind of a scrappy team they are. Every time you guys would get some runs, they would come back and get some runs back and just make it a tight game the first game, same thing last night. And then you're finally able to kind of break it open in game two.
Every time we play Siena, they compete, and that's a testament to their coaching staff and their players. We got a good old Midwest Kansas wind going today too, don't we? Dez and Dunnigan and Harris were kind of joking around about it. This is kind of normal in the Midwest, but again, just proud of the way we hung in there and kept playing. Well, we didn't play great at times, but it's, as you know from being around us now for several years, it's so difficult to beat anybody twice in one day, let alone a team that competes like Siena does, because they just show up and play every time they get a chance to. And we have a lot of respect for them, and we know we're going to have a tough game again tomorrow.
Well, we could go down the list of good performances from the day. You got some really good defense, got some great pitching. John Hamilton just can't get any luck with the offense on his side. He only gives up the 3 runs there, but you get the win. Hunter May out of the pen. Again, the bullpen was good. Mass was good in game 2. Hudgens, just a little hiccup there in the second, but he ended up finding his pitch again and pitched pretty well for you.
I told Johnny Hamilton in the locker room after the first game, I said, dude, just keep hanging in there. We're going to get you some runs at some point in time. And, he just goes out there and just keeps pounding the strike zone and has really pitched extremely well for us this year and really doesn't have a whole lot to show for it in terms of, wins and losses. But we'll get there. We'll get there. We'll score some runs for him. And I thought Brock settled in and threw all right, made some pitches when he needed to. I thought Mass was good. We still got some things to work out. We're happy we won. I always tell them when we win, I don't want to be mad, and upset, but I think that everybody knows we still got some things we got to work on and still got some issues we got to address.
And then the 3-homer game. Every time Seager homers, Lang finds his barrel on the bat. But then Daddio had one of the weirder ones, and I've been scoring games for about 12 years. You've been around baseball a long time. I don't think we've ever seen a play like that where the right fielder gets his jersey caught in the fence.
I have never seen that. And again, you got to give Daddio credit because he really stayed on the ball with 2 strikes and hit the ball pretty well right down the right field line. And I kind of looked, and the right fielder, who's a very good player, by the way, I think he's got 3 or 4 assists already this weekend, so he can really throw. He got tangled up in the fence down here down the right field line, and the ball actually kind of hit the fence and kind of kicked back towards right center. And Daddio, to his credit, he was running full speed, which is what we try to get him to do all the time. And it really wasn't even a close play at the plate. The kid finally, I think he ripped his jersey to get off the fence down here. And credit to Daddio for a good 2-strike approach, and credit to Daddio for really running hard all the way through.
Just a funny game, isn't it? I guess the key now is to hurry up and get rested, get guys off their feet, and because you got to turn around and play again tomorrow.
Yeah, and again, the reason why we play some doubleheaders over the course of the pre-conference season is if we get rain on a conference weekend, we're going to have to play doubleheaders. And as you know, I'm not a big fan of them, but we do it, and this will be the 3rd time or 2nd time, I guess we had a rain out earlier, but it's something that we've got to figure out a way to play. And if we're fortunate enough to qualify for the A-10 tournament and play deep in the tournament, we may have some doubleheader days and may have to turn around and play again on short notice. So it's something, again, to try to prepare us as the season goes on and try to prepare us for the end of the season.
All right, 3 wins out of 3, and go for the 4th tomorrow. Good luck tomorrow.
All right, thanks a lot.
That's Brett Lang, who, whenever Seager homers, he's got a homer too. Nobody can have a one-up on you guys. He got his 2nd homer in game 2 today. You got your 2nd homer. Are you seeing a different way guys are pitching you the deeper we get into this season? I know as scouting reports start to get written on guys, are you seeing yourself get pitched a little differently this deep?
Yeah. It's all approach going into it, but we got 4-game series, so they definitely have a scouting report going into it, but they also see you throughout all the games, so they'll definitely get to know you a little bit. The pitchers will also make mistakes, so those are the ones you got to capitalize on. So.
And capitalize you did, hitting one out over left field fence. As we take a look at this weekend, Siena, it seems like every time you guys put up a certain number, they just seem to match it, which makes this series kind of tight. Later in games, are you guys finding yourselves in tough situations able to come through and fight off a pitcher who's kind of up against it as far as get the favorable count and or guys on base where they've got to give you something to hit?
Yeah, Siena. Siena's a tough team. They really have no quitting in them, but I think, I mean, we all did pretty good approaches today, and I guess throughout the game, we all got better, and we never really gave up. We put up, 5 in the second?
Yeah.
And I mean, we kept going. I mean, we didn't stop after that. We scored 2 in the fifth. I mean, we didn't stop, so.
And that second of the 2 in the fifth, you hit the homer in the fifth, and then 2 batters later, Nick Daddio had one of the weirder at-bats you'll see, one of the weirder results. He little dribbles one down the right field line, and as a fellow catcher, and there's been games where we've gotten all 4 of the catchers in there, you give a little extra support to your fellow battery mates?
Yeah, we got to give support. Me and Seager joke with him, telling him that's not a real home run. It doesn't count. It may count in stats, but we don't count that in the real home. You gotta leave the yard. So, but yeah, I'll definitely support him, but I'll give him a hard time as well. So.